So, Bojangles, fast food restaurant in Mountain View. Yeah, there are things like going on here. I work here, for one. Number two, there's been a lot of things that has really ticked me off over the many, many months I've worked here. Starting from June 6th, 2018. So here are some of the things. I started out on drive-thru, and the first thing that happens is a guy skips the actual menu part of the drive-thru and he goes directly to the window asking for a chicken and rice bowl. Of course, it's my third day there, so I didn't know that we had that. I hadn't gotten familiar with the menu yet. But he was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I was looking for the thing on the menu and it wasn't there that I saw. And the guy's like, this is ridiculous, and he goes and speeds off. And I get, I did nothing. I just continued with my day because he didn't even give me a chance to explain, I'm sorry, this is only my third day here, and he drove away. Another thing that happens, if it's raining, turn off your windshield wipers. I'm tired of getting splashed. Yeah. Another thing, if you're smoking, please pull it out and air out your car before you get to the window so I don't have to die on those. And really just be a little patient with us if you order something like a breakfast food, which is bow rounds, steak, ham, and a few other things at 9 o'clock at night. We cook it fresh for you guys, and you complain about having to wait. It takes about 4 minutes to cook blueberry biscuits, cinnamon biscuits, and bowl rounds and steak. It also takes about 4 minutes to cook the supremes, the tenders, and about 5 minutes to cook the Cajun patties. Shut up! That's about all I got for drive-thru. Now at the front line, you come forward and you can either use your card, and if the card doesn't work the first time, just wait a second for the guy who's at the register to tell you what to do. Now the most common error that happens with the cards is that you insert them early before we hit credit on our computer. When we do that,
You want me to make soup? You want me to make soup?
Oh shit.
I'm trying to catch it. Give it a home or something.
Islam. He was the manager when I first started, and so glad to see his face every once in a while. He's a really nice guy, and he's really patient with us, and he was really, really patient with me. So praise to him for that. But you gotta wait for us to hit credit on the computer. The screen on the credit card thing will turn blue, and it will ask you to swipe, tap, or insert. It works best if you insert, but tapping also works. It's the same thing for the mobile pay. Wait for the screen to pop up. As for the Bojangles app, you have to wait for us to scan it. Sometimes the computer is a little funky with that, so you gotta wait for us to figure it out a little bit. But same thing with some of the coupons. We have to punch in different numbers or look for the discount on a different screen entirely, where you have to scroll through all of the discounts. And if you're a fireman or policeman, thank you for your service, or military, thank you very much for your service. You also get a discount for being one of those. And we'll just put it in. The manager has to come up front to do it though, so please be patient for them, because they might be busy with something on drive-thru if they get hit. And that's about it for our cards, apps, etc. But paying with paper money That's kind of a thing that gets me when like people don't have like any change at all, like any loose change, and they end up buying something and it's like I have to get 97 cents in change. Like, it would be much easier if you like paid $1 over, except in like that case. Of course, change is always helpful whenever you go into a place like a fast food restaurant. It helps speeds the lineup. Now, the thing that gets on my nerves the very most. People that order the 8-piece tailgate, 12-piece tailgate, 16-piece tailgate, and 20-piece tailgate, and the family variety feast. Call in advance. It's simple. The Saturday of the snow, back in December 2018, I was there. I was working that Saturday before the snow. It was all kinds of hell. There was a case where a guy ordered a 12-piece tailgate and we didn't have all the food ready for him. We had 8 breasts and a thigh, and that's all we could give him. 9 out of 12 pieces of chicken. But the guy got really pissed off and said, "You're only giving me 9 pieces of chicken instead of 12? Well, the way the price would have worked out, you would have been paying more for just that than the original tailgate." So he was completely unreasonable and got a refund. The crowd just looked at me and laughed. So, you know. Yeah, first time I actually cried at work, or anywhere for that matter. It was so hard. It was so hard that day, I didn't get a break. I didn't eat for 11 hours. I couldn't take a break, even if I wanted to, because we were so daggum busy with you people freaking out over snow. I wish today would have been different. I wish people would have called in advance, and if they did, we would have had it prepared for them. I'm not talking like daggum 5 minutes in advance. I'm talking about full out half an hour in advance, because it takes 15 minutes to cook a pan of chicken of either white or dark. You can't do both at the same time sometimes because we're refreshing the grill grease. We're getting clean chicken for you people, and it takes it a little while. It's 15 minutes to bring up a pan of chicken of either white or dark, and that's about 30 pieces of chicken. But it goes out really quick when we got people ordering 8-piece tailgate, 12-piece tailgate, etc. It goes out really quick. And if you order in advance, we can save that chicken for you. But otherwise, it's fair game. You're gambling whenever you come here and you don't order in advance for a large order. And that's just the way it works. Anything over $25 and you use credit, you will have to sign the pay machine on Frontline and a little slip of paper when you go through drive-thru. Be prepared to wait 4 minutes for bow rounds and stuff like that. I would suggest not getting the green beans here, especially in the afternoon. The mornings they're fine, but in the afternoons, don't. They're sitting there. They're sitting there all night because no one gets enough of them to where we have to bring up another one and refresh it. That's just the way it works around here. And that's about it. I'm done complaining. Something about the customers that you can do to really help us. If you're having a bad day, please don't take it out on us. We understand that you're having a bad day, and we hope that we can cheer you up a little bit by giving you some good quality food. And if the food is not the quality that you expected, please understand that this restaurant and the people working here are not perfect, and they're not going to be perfect. If every chicken is perfect, McDonald's would be out of business because they wouldn't have their nuggets. But you get the general idea. Now every chicken size is going to be the same. You might get a couple of smaller Supremes or tenders. You might get some more extra crispy chicken if they've been sitting in there because business has been slow. But we don't want to waste chicken. We don't want to waste any food because number one, that's an animal that died in vain. Two, it's just a waste in general, and it takes up trash and it smells nasty because it's dead. Thankfully, we don't have to skin it here. But anything beyond that, you got the picture? One thing about the customers, what they can do, they can try to relax. We got music playing in here, and it's not bad music. It's family Christian music. It's really got some old music off the old 106.9 Light and 94.1, things that aren't airing anymore, and it's really good. But understand if the lobby isn't clean, it isn't because of a lack of effort, it's because we've been busy. Also, if you're bringing a family in, please be watchful over your kids and make sure they don't spill like an entire cupload of cheer wine or cherry patio all over the counter, because it will turn it a bright shade of pink and we have to bleach it. Also, try to keep them off the handrails because we don't get to go over all of that normally, because people lean their butts up against it and I've seen kids put their mouths on it. Lucky me, I wiped it before that happened. But you get the idea. Customers, if you will just be patient, understanding, and considerate towards us, then we're all gonna get out of here okay. That's all I got from me. Gobble gobble, it's bow time. Hey, thank you guys for being patient and listening to that, because I needed that. I didn't need that vent. It's been rough working here, but we're kind of a family here. We hang out together, we help each other out when we work. Very rarely do we have issues here with one another. We all do well as a family, but we can only do so much as long as you're willing to cooperate with us, so to speak. Things, patience, convenience is not always going to happen. So just be accepting of that. I get fast food restaurants are supposed to be quick and they're supposed to be really, really convenient for you because you don't have to go home and cook. But the more people that come in for our convenience is our inconvenience, and it slows us down. There's a natural flow to the day, but we can still only do so much. We might get hit out of nowhere. Like Sunday is predictable. It's going to be Sunday before church, Sunday after church, halftime, end of game. Those are when the tailgates come in. We prepare a lot of chicken for that, because we know it's going to happen. Saturday, it's always hit or miss. No meme intended. But that's the way the day goes. What I say can apply to any fast food restaurant. I've worked here for my first job since June of 2018. But I'm hoping that you'll take this advice and you'll also apply it to other fast food restaurants, because I'm sure there's some parts of their restaurants where it's even harder than ours is. So yeah, just be really, really considerate of them, okay? Thank you very much for watching.